Feminists are, well, they don't make sense, do they? Their whole movement is surrounded and seeped in this, I don't know, this oppression Olympics that they seem to have. I'll group the social justice warriors into the same group as feminists, just for convenience. It's all about the oppression. That I'm oppressed. Oh, look at me, I'm oppressed. You know, and they're not. They're not at all, and they're just vying for attention. You look at these feminists, and they sit there and they'll say stuff like, "Oh, the patriarchy. Oh, the patriarchy is oppressing me because I'm a woman." How? In what world do you live in? Are you schizophrenic? Because I'm pretty sure if I looked up the definition of schizophrenic, you would have a lot of the attributes with it. You're convinced there's a someone chasing you and oppressing you in the shadows of the government that is run by men, and you're oppressed. It sort of rings of mental illness to me. I'm not saying they do, but it's just the way it seems. These people, I don't know what they want. They just want a bandwagon, maybe. You know, Everyone wants to jump on and, I don't know, with their facts, I should, in quote unquote, they and then they and they really exaggerate. That's their whole thing. They exaggerate to the point of what they're saying just becomes a lie. The wage gap, for example, the reason it does exist. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it exists because men choose more dangerous and higher paying professions than women do. Because, if you didn't know, feminists, men and women are different. They'll tend to go into different lines of work. It's not because of the patriarchy, it's not because people are oppressing you, it's because men and women are different. And I don't know, the feminists, they can't accept this. They can't accept that, maybe, and I'm not saying men are better than women. What I'm saying is men are generally stronger and will go into manual jobs more often than women. See, and men are quite astoundingly stronger than women for the most part. You know, and they can't accept this. They can't accept that they, might be weaker than, most of the world. And unfortunately, it is true. I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm just saying it's how it is. But men are just stronger. They're meant to be. This is natural selection. It's the way it works. Men would have been the providers of the food when they were hunting or gathering, and women would have stayed home and looked after the children. In pre-human history, it's not it's not an oppression or anything. It's just the way it works. Hence, if you're in, say, in a zombie apocalypse setting, right? Would you not send the stronger members out? The people that are better with guns, or just better fighters. Would you not send them out to fight and gather stuff while you do the basic stuff? It's still necessary. It's still necessary, but you're weaker. You know. So why would you not send stronger people out to do the work that requires you to be stronger? It makes no sense. And these feminists, they can't accept it. They just can't accept that, they might. I'm not saying they're weak. I'm just saying, men are generally stronger, and they can't accept it. And they have to say, we are strong, we're women, and we're blah, blah, blah. No. Well, you might be strong, but you're not going to be stronger than the average man. It's just fact. I'm sorry. And I don't know. It's just astounding, really, the way they think. And it's because here's my theory on why feminists exist. They in Western world. I'm talking the Western world here, not the Middle East or anything. With those places, I would say need women's rights. They're horrendous. Women, are dying because of trivial, idiotic things that we've already glassed over here years and decades ago. well, centuries even. But in the Western world, we have basically everything we could have ever wanted. Society has come to this point in time, and we're as free as we have ever been in terms of rights. You know, right to say what you want, right to do what you want. I mean, well, there's still some ridiculousness from the governments, but you know, it's livable, and you know, it's pretty damn good for us. You know, you can get a job pretty much doing anything you want, regardless of your gender. I mean, you know, a construction company is more likely to hire a male because he'll get more work done lifting bricks and stuff, just per hour. That's just logic. That's not sexism. And and the and these women, they there's nothing wrong in their lives, and they just, I don't know what it is, but they just insist that there is something wrong in their lives, and there's a patriarchy, and you know, there's nothing wrong with your life. You live as good as you will get it in the world, living in, you know, countries like Australia, the UK, America, you know, Canada, countries like us. You can't get any better. This is the best we have in the world, and you're complaining that, you know, someone hosts a men's rights activist seminar and you bloody raid the place and set off the fire alarms and scream and yell because you don't want anyone else to have an opinion that differs from yours. It's ridiculous. It's just bonkers. I don't understand it. You know, and it's just this quest for, oh, I'm oppressed. Oh, I'm oppressed. Yet, surely, if there was a patriarchy, if males had this patriarchy, why the fuck would we be so bad at running it? We wouldn't let you run around fucking yelling at these MRAs and spouting your opinion all over the place. We would have to be pretty fucking bad patriarchy to let you do that shit.